After the Pope dies of a heart attack, the College of Cardinals gathers in seclusion for a papal conclave to choose the new Pope, under the leadership of Cardinal Dean Thomas Lawrence. The college is surprised by the arrival of Archbishop Vincent Benitez of Kabul, a Mexican who claims the Pope secretly made him a cardinal and performed missionary work in global war zones. The four main candidates for Pope are Aldo Bellini, an American liberal in the vein of the Pope, Joshua Adeyemi, a Nigerian with socially conservative views, Joseph Tremblay, a Canadian mainstream conservative, and Goffredo Tedesco, an Italian reactionary traditionalist who wants to reverse parts of the Second Vatican Council. Bellini, despite not wanting to be Pope, makes it clear his position is to prevent Tedesco from becoming Pope. Before the first vote, Lawrence gives a sermon encouraging the cardinals to embrace doubt and uncertainty, which is seen by some as a campaign speech. Lawrence learns Benitez was close to the Pope, who paid for Benitez's plane ticket to Switzerland for a medical appointment that was later cancelled. Further, the Pope's confidant tells Lawrence that the Pope demanded Tremblay's resignation hours before dying. Tremblay vigorously denies this. After the first vote, no candidate is close to the needed two-thirds majority. Adeyemi has a slight edge, and Bellini and Lawrence split the Liberal vote. Without a unity candidate, the Liberals consolidate behind Adeyemi to the chagrin of Bellini, who despises Adeyemi's homophobia. Some accuse Lawrence of secretly trying to win the papacy for himself, though in reality Lawrence consistently votes for Bellini. Sister Shinumi, a Nigerian nun handling domestic tasks, causes a stir by confronting Adeyemi in the cardinal's refectory. She confesses to Lawrence that she and Adeyemi had an illicit relationship, resulting in the birth of a son who was given up for adoption. Lawrence has a duty to keep a secret, but a rumor campaign ruins Adeyemi's chances during the next few votes. Adeyemi believes it was a setup, since Shinumi had never left Nigeria before suddenly appearing at the conclave. Bellini switches his support to Tremblay to stop Tedesco. Sister Agnes, the head nun, tells Lawrence that Tremblay arranged for Shinumi to be transferred to the Vatican. When confronted, Tremblay admits this, but says he did it at the Pope's request and was unaware of Shinumi's connection to Adeyemi. Lawrence breaks into the Pope's quarters and discovers documents proving that Tremblay bribed cardinals for votes, confirming the rumors of his resignation. Bellini urges Lawrence to destroy the documents to prevent public outrage over corruption in the church, making Lawrence realize that Bellini also received a bribe for a bureaucratic position. Lawrence and Agnes expose Tremblay's bribery to the cardinals, effectively ending Tremblay and Bellini's chances at the candidacy. Lawrence and Tedesco are the final major candidates, with Benitez gaining support much to Lawrence's surprise. During the sixth vote, Lawrence reluctantly chooses himself, but a suicide bomber attacks the Vatican, killing several people and damaging the Sistine Chapel. Tedesco blames Islamists and urges the church to declare war on Islam. Benitez argues that violence should not be met with violence, having seen the true consequences of war during his time in the military. He also criticizes the cardinals' infighting, stating that the church should operate on love rather than politics. After being moved by his words, the cardinals choose Benitez as Pope Innocent XIV on the 7th ballot. Lawrence later discovers that Benitez's cancelled medical appointment was for a laparoscopic hysterectomy. Benitez explains that he is intersex and was assigned male at birth, but did not know he also had a uterus and ovaries until a recent appendectomy. The late Pope, despite knowing this, hid the secret, implying he facilitated Benitez's rise to power. Benitez goes on to explain he chose to keep his female organs, stating, "I am as God made me." Agreeing to keep Benitez's secret and entrust God divinely inspired the results. Lawrence listens to the crowds cheer Benitez's election.